Welcome to Loco Radio.
Hello, everybody. This is Chrissy D.
And I'm Ray. All right. What we're going to talk about is, first off, we want to know, are you down with Loco Vision? Are you on board with Loco Vision? I know you're asking yourself, what the is Loco Vision?
Yeah, I really am. I'm wondering, what is it?
You know, it's just our vision and our goals, and talk about real stuff. That bothers everyday people.
Okay.
And just makes everyday people, feel the way that they feel.
Okay, that's a good topic. I mean, we could talk about, the cost of living and how it, affects different people.
I'm sure we can.
I mean, we've got the middle class and we've got the upper class.
And where do you think we fall in the thick of things?
I'd say we're probably more the middle class.
Nah, I think we're just broke as,
Well, I put us in the middle class because, I don't know, I mean, we have what we need, and we're not really, we're not starving. We have clothes, we have food, we have what our basic necessities.
And nobody heard what you were saying because you were not speaking into the mic.
I said the reason we are middle class is because of the fact that we have everything we need. We don't have to really worry. We have food, we have shelter, we have our basic necessities. To me, poor is somebody who doesn't have enough food, who maybe doesn't have the proper clothing for the weather, or, may not have good shoes or whatever,
If you can't afford to take a vacation, you're poor. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are poor.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about just an everyday regular life. I'm not talking about taking vacations. Vacations are a luxury.
Look, a luxury for who? That's what I want to know.
For us. People that can't afford to go on vacations.
Well, then you would be considered poor because the rich can go on cruises, can go on airlines, can do whatever the frig they want just because they choose to.
Right, but the middle class can't. The middle class are basically the hardworking that work the 9-to-5 jobs or the whatever odd jobs that, whatever jobs they work, whether they're bartending or they're dancers in clubs, or they're waitresses, or they're whatever. They're basically, they're the middle class. They're the blue collar.
And I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is there's really not a middle class.
That's true. You're either rich or you're poor.
When your idea of getting ahead in life is
just being able to pay your bills every month and not have to worry about it.
Alrighty then.
I mean, that's to us,
No,
that's
I was going to
thing.
say when your idea of getting ahead in life is to, cause an overdraft in order to make it to the next week, that is not rich in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah, definitely, honey. I agree with you on that
Because some people are not allowed to get credit cards because they're, they help people out. And sometimes when you help people out, they screw you over. And nobody looks into them factors. It's just, okay, here's what your credit score says. Your credit card says you suck. Because you suck, you're denied, period.
Yep. You aren't good enough for our credit cards. Why? Because you suck.
Exactly. You're not good enough to get our store cards. You're not good enough to do this. You're not good enough. Which is fine. I'll pay with cash.
I'd rather pay with cash than have a credit card. I actually know somebody that has one credit card and they don't use it unless it's for a big appliance. Like if they need a new refrigerator, if the refrigerator breaks, so they own their own home. So if their refrigerator breaks or their stove, they use the credit card just for that and nothing else. And I think that's actually kind of smart.
But I'll tell you something. I think people aren't missing out, those that are upset because they can't get applied for credit cards and whatnot. They think they're missing out, and they're really not. Credit card companies tend to charge high interest rates.
Oh, yeah, the interest rates are crazy. I'm glad I can't get a credit card. I can't, and I don't care.
And the minimum payments are outrageous, too.
That's true, it is.
So even if you don't, there's some companies, even if you don't use your card, you're paying damn near $100.
That's true. I mean, it's crazy. How do you pay $100 for something you didn't use?
They don't care.
I know. As long as they get their money.
It's the luxury of having one. Remember, you said a vacation is a luxury.
Yeah, to those who cannot afford it, yes. There is a luxury. They only get to do it if they're lucky, every so often, maybe once a year, maybe once every 5 years, 10 years, To them, that's a luxury.
Yeah, exactly. It is a luxury. It's a luxury when you're able to go to amusement park or out to dinner or out to a movie or whatever. When you're young, you don't think of these things.
Exactly. Well, I know people that come from big families. And for them, a vacation? Nah, never. They hate that their parents had too many kids. I went to school with a kid who had, I think, there were 8 or 9 kids all together. I don't think they ever went on vacation. I don't know.
Well, you have to get away sometimes. Even if it's going to the park or the beach or whatever, you still have to be able to get away.
I'm sure they probably did stuff like that, but I don't think they can afford any, major vacations with all those kids.
Major vacations with all them kids. Well, who made the kids, though?
The mother and the father. But the mother and father were struggling. So basically, I felt bad because this kid went to school and basically hand-me-downs.
But the kid went to school and hand-me-downs because the mother and the father didn't think, and they were fucking like rabbits.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not the kid's fault, though. He got picked on in school because of it, and I feel bad that the kid got picked on. Kids
get picked on no matter what.
I know, but it wasn't fair to this kid. He didn't deserve to get picked on.
No kid deserves to get picked on, but, what fun is it, if it was deserved?
Yeah, I mean, but still, I don't agree with it, and if I saw somebody picking on him, I'd be like, leave him alone. It's not his fault,
Yeah, but...
He didn't ask his parents to have that many kids.
But how are people going to know, if it's the kid's fault or not? They're not going to, go up to parents. Hi, is it your kid's fault that he's in these clothes? Come on now.
No, these kids knew. They all were in his class. They all knew him. They all knew his family. They knew his brothers and sisters and stuff like that, and his parents.
All right, so that's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say in general. You're trying to go into this one freaking particular thing. I'm talking about in general.
Oh, I know.
All righty. What a way to start the new year, huh? Well, I'm drinking a beer, so that's all I'm going to say about that.
Enjoy your beer.
So, what are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, let's see. We discussed politics. Well, I guess that really can't call it politics. You're more talking about vacations.
Politics is not a vacation. A vacation is when you work fucking hard and then you have to, make ends meet, and you got to say, hey, if I don't quit working so damn hard and I don't give myself a break, I'm going to end up in a hospital and I'm going to end up dead.
Well, that's what I meant by politics. That's basically what when we were talking about, money and vacations and stuff like that.
Where does politics come along in money and vacations?
Because money has to do with politics. Politics is what decides what goes on.
Okay.
It's crazy. I don't know.
So if I don't pay my electric bill, do I blame it on politics? Damn the politics.
Okay, no, let's get serious now. We're too busy fooling around.
No, I had that question. I mean, where does politics come into play in this?
It doesn't.
But you just said it does. Alrighty then. The show must go on.
Okay, the show's got to go on.
Okay, the show must go on, and, I have to say this. No matter what we say or where we go or what boundaries we hit, please don't take it personal. Because when you take it personal, you're bringing it to another level. It does not need to go.
Exactly. What we say is just basically mostly for entertainment value,
Then get entertaining, damn it.
Entertaining. Let's see.
All serious and shit.
I know. What is going on?
Talking about, the kid and the hand-me-downs and whatnot, and I'm trying to make a joke and say, well... What?
I don't know.
No, I'm not trying to rag on you.
Oh, I know. I know that.
She does a heck of a job as a co-host, and we've been doing this for a little while now. We're a little rusty, as you can tell, and everything.
Sorry, everybody. I was yawning. I didn't want to yawn in the mic.
That's wonderful. You're going to fall asleep on the audience.
No, I'm not going to fall asleep. I just didn't want to yawn in the mic because I figured it'd be disrespectful.
Okay, you're not going to fall asleep, but you're about to yawn.
I can yawn.
Can you tell me all... Hold on. Let me name off...
You never just yawn for no reason?
No, I've never yawned for no reason.
Well, I have.
You're going to yawn for no reason, but you're not tired and you're not going to go to sleep.
No, I'm not going to go to sleep.
Well, I'm glad that you're not going to go to sleep because, we do have to finish this show and go to the next show and probably answer some questions and all that happy shit.
Oh, yeah. No, just kidding. I'm not sleeping. But...
In another half an hour, she'll be conked out and I'll be talking to myself.
Nah, I'm not going to get conked out.
NyQuil will help you get your Z's.
I don't need no NyQuil.
I don't know.
If I take NyQuil, I'll be out like a light. And I will be sleeping on my mic. I don't think these people will be too happy.
Oh, yeah? When did you get together with Mike?
No, I said they wouldn't be happy.
But you said you were sleeping on your mic.
On my microphone. Goofball. On mic.
You finally get it. It went overhead.
No, I caught it.
Oh, my. Then I might get it.
Oh, jeez.
Hope it's not the clap.
Oh, you mean claptrap? And call you your minion?
Won't you be my minion?
He'll say, come here, my minion.
Yeah, you little... Come here. Get over here. Little Mortal Kombat moment there.
Yup. I'm not really good with the Mortal Kombat because I never really played it.
Mortal Kombat is an awesome game. It was back in the beginning of the 2000s. They actually, it was graded a violent game, and they made a huge deal. And when I mean a huge deal, they made a huge deal over blood. Nowadays, you see things like Grand Theft and, all kinds of crazy things in Call of Duties. But back in the day, it was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was a thing of, okay, there's blood.
Oh, yeah, don't let your kids play it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's satanic because it's got blood in it.
Yeah, except I play games where there's guys getting their heads ripped off by zombies. Or zombies biting them or whatever.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about back when.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's where the changes come in from the 80s to now. With the blood and gore of the games.
I bet people could remember that and be like, yeah, they made a big deal over that. But now it looks like nothing. Exactly, it looks like nothing. It's called, evolving. Somebody got to break that threshold and, do something that's out of the box. And
exactly. I mean, that's just crazy.
And the crazy and not popular idea ends up the popular idea at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because a lot of the games, even that were around, like, when we were young, are still around. Like, Tetris. I was around for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tetris was a big thing.
80s, was it?
Well, it's a big thing in Japan still.
Yeah.
Other than, like, Pokemon. Pokemon's, like, huge in Japan. I don't understand why. Pikachu doesn't seem attractive to me.
I don't even understand the whole game thing. well, evolves and you can use this points. I'm like, huh?
A lot of these companies went from fun. Remember when games were just fun? You pick them up and play, and you're like, okay, there's nothing to it. Nowadays, you got to hit all kinds of buttons to do all kinds of things and hope you got something right.
I know. Well, I remember when I was a kid, we had this game that was actually the Hawaiian Punch game, and it was actually kind of cool. The Hawaiian Punch thing was made out of clay, and it was actually quite fun.
It was a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah, it was back in the 80s.
You know, Paperboy was a lot of fun. In my eyes, Paperboy is like the pre-Grand Theft, if you think about it.
Yeah, I used to like Paperboy, but the game I was talking about was a board game, unfortunately. But yeah, Paperboy was a lot of fun when I was a kid. I liked to play that when I was younger. And
what was your favorite part of playing Paperboy?
I used to like to smack people with the papers.
I like causing all the destructions and seeing all these people get upset for just because a paper wasn't. It just reminds me. It's like you're at your like normal job. Like I work, on the telephones and whatnot. As you can tell, I'm on the radio right now. But I'm always on the phones and whatnot, and people get mad over the stupidest thing. Like it's the end of the world. Like there's people out there starving and sleeping in a box. If you don't believe me, go up to New York anytime during the day and go through the city and see how many people are sleeping in a box and shit.
It's true. I mean, it's crazy. I've seen some of the calls he gets. People get mad because they're out of stock of stuff, and it's his fault that they don't have the stuff they want. Well, it's my fault that we had 2 different sales back to back, but okay.
Yeah, it's always my fault. It don't matter what happens, it's my fault. And when they're smart and if I raise my voice at all, I'm the bad guy, even though I wasn't the bad guy. They just didn't know what the heck they were doing, but that's the point. The point I'm trying to make is no matter what job you're in, right?
Yeah.
That, what was I saying again?
You were talking about how when you're in a job, different jobs, and we were talking about how your other job, everything's your fault because something's not going their way.
Yeah, but before that, what was I saying?
I forgot.
Oh, wonderful. So we both forgot, and I was going to make a point about working, and I'll get back to that when I remember. Hold on, I'm having a brain freeze.
It's one of those brain freeze moments, Didn't you ever have a moment where you just kind of had a thought and forgot about it? Hey, I'm getting older.
Oh, yeah.
It happens a lot.
All right, back to what I was saying. When you're in a job, it's just crazy how people would like to, matter how hard you try and you're doing your job and you're doing great, people always find a way to bitch and complain and moan about the littlest things.
It's true. I mean, it can be the dumbest, simplest thing, and they're complaining about it. Well, if you got a problem with it, you take care of it then.
Yeah, like people are perfect. I'm sorry that people are perfect, and let's just roll out the red carpet because...
And why don't we just bend down and kiss your ass
You didn't get your
while
delivery exactly when you wanted it. Because your pizza came 1 minute late.
Exactly. Well, why don't we just roll out the red carpet and just kiss your ass for it?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to cut down on the things. Oh, well, there goes my application for iHeartRadio.
Oh, oops. Well, thank you for telling me that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, but that's just a minor discrepancy.
Well, from now on, we'll just have to watch our mouths.
I ain't watching my mouth. Fuck that.
I've never known you to watch your fucking mouth.
Exactly. I mean, I might submit one show if they think we're funny enough and whatnot. Screw it. I ain't submitting shit. I'm too lazy.
You wouldn't know the meaning of lazy. You're not lazy. Far from it.
Yeah, I know. That's all I do is work, 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 work. I'm kind of like the guy that gets up and, well, I mean, I basically do the same thing that I did when I was younger. When I was younger and I was going to computer school, yes, I have a computer degree, though I choose to do this and be on the phones. Because there's just no jobs in computers. Once again, everything is contract. And contract sounds nice. It sounds nice to have a nice big payday. But the thing is, okay, you get a nice big payday for 3 months. What the fuck do you do for the next 9 months?
Exactly. I mean, you never know how long these jobs are going to last. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, it's kind of like construction. You work your ass off, for your boss. You get another contract. And then you're 4 months without work.
Exactly.
My buddy absolutely hates that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, how do you do that? You never know when your next paycheck's coming.
You got to do what you got to do to survive, though.
That you do. I mean, that's just the way it is. You got to make the best of it.
So we're doing this. This is our first thing on Spreaker officially, anyway.
Yeah, it sure is. But it's something we enjoy doing. It's, it's something we put our heart into when we do it. We don't do it just for the heck of it. We do it because that's what we love.
Exactly, and loving's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Yeah, okay.
No, I mean, it's true. You have to love what you do, because when you love what you do, it's not like working.
Of course it's working. You have to think of all these things on the spur of the moment with all these topics to entertain people so they're not bored to death.
No. That's not what I mean. In other words, if you have a job you love, work isn't as bad. You enjoy going to work because you don't mind doing the work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you may enjoy it, but you still, at the end of the day, wanna.
Yeah, I mean, you still want to, at the end of the day, you want to go home and relax and whatever. But you've at least enjoyed your job. For somebody who has a job that they don't like as much,
yeah,
it's not as enjoyable.
I'll relax when I'm dead. I have plenty of time to relax then.
Oh, yeah. Then we'll all have time to relax when we're dead. I mean, that's just how it is.
But there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything that I want to do. And it's kind of hard doing it, just few people or whatever.
Yeah, or the spur of the moment. You got to run out real quick to get this one errand done or these 4 errands done before you have to go back to do the next thing.
Well, I mean, people think, being on the radio is easy business. Well, I can get in front of a mic. Yeah, anybody can get in front of a mic. But you have to go on your website. You got to make sure that's running smooth. You got to sign all these interviews. I mean, not sign them, but you got to have them agree with it. And it's not a 2-minute conversation normally. It's not, okay, yeah, I'll go on your show just to go on your show, even though I don't know who you are. You got to build contracts that way. You've got to find people to present. Blah, 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 yada, 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 red tape.
Exactly, and then you got to come up with material for your show and know what you're going to talk about, especially with guests. When you have somebody on, you have to know a little bit about their background and what to talk about with them,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
what questions to ask.
And if you ask them, well, how many platinum albums have you made?
They're going to be like, none, because we're just starting out.
Well, I mean, even if you have a big artist, they're not going to be thrilled with that.
That's true. I mean, it was funny because my friend followed my sister. She follows Gene Simmons on Twitter, and she was reading me some of the tweets that he gets. Uh-huh. I mean, there was some jerk on there that was saying some pretty rude stuff to him and asking him some stupid questions. Somebody asked him, "Are you really Jewish?"
No, I'm French, you moron.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, hello, if you watch the show, and if you're a fan of his, yes, he is Jewish.
But a fan already knows this information, so therefore they're not going to ask the question.
But on this tweet, you're supposed to be a fan of his. If you're going to follow him, then you must be a fan.
What law says I have to know something about somebody in order to follow them?
No, but most people that follow somebody follow them because they're a fan of theirs. Or they're interested in some of the work that they've done. So they know somewhat about this person. His shows have been on TV. And I mean, he's extensively said he's Jewish. He's brought us to his mother's house on the show. I mean, hello.
Okay, who is this guy again?
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
Yes, we've watched Gene Simmons' show 1,000 times.
Who's Gene Simmons?
Gene Simmons from Kiss? You really don't know who he is.
From Kiss, huh?
Kiss.
Why don't you kiss?
And his beautiful wife.
This.
Quiet. And his beautiful wife.
And I don't mean on my rosy red lips.
His wife is actually was a former Playboy model. She's very beautiful and obviously was very talented at one point. I mean, you don't just get put in Playboy magazine for the heck of it, you know?
Yeah, Gene Simmons is a heck of an artist. He's on the band. I think some people have heard it, Kiss.
He was, yeah. He was with Kiss and then he went out on his own.
Well, of course they're going to go out on their own. I mean, you can only tour so long. Ask anybody in a band, they can only tour so long before they get tired and sick of the same old.
Well, actually, sometimes I think they still do things. He still does things occasionally with Kiss, and he actually runs sells the memorabilia for, I believe, for Kiss. I'm not really sure.
The memorabilia?
I know, memorabilia for Kiss, and I just think it's awesome, you know? He's a fantastic businessman. Every time I watched the show, I was amazed. Because every time I turned around, Gene, you're supposed to be relaxing, the wife would say to him. Nope, what's Gene doing? He's out working. Looking to make more money.
I really don't give a shit for the show, to be honest with you.
Well, no, I just think it's fantastic that even though he has money, he's still out there working, you know? He's still out there busting his butt, and
Well, that's all he knows how to do when you're on the road for fucking 300 and something days a year. That's all you know. I mean, It's become second nature. Ask any truck driver what they do when they're home, other than party.
Oh yeah, no, he used to bring his wife and kids on the road when they were younger. I learned that from the show too. I mean, you know, I have a lot of respect for Gene Simmons, but just to read some of these tweets, I was like, oh my God, are these people stupid or something?
But no, they probably don't watch the show like me.
I mean, I watched this. Well, I haven't watched it in a long time. It's not on anymore. But I mean, I used to love to watch the show.
If you ask me, as much as I respect the group Kiss, and I think they're a heck of a group, you know, and everything, and you know, they're one of my, you know, best friend's favorite group. And I've seen them live. Seen them live out in Hartford, Connecticut. It was a heck of a time. But if you asked me what color the dude likes, I'm like I really give a fuck. He's a dude.
No, I mean, like, I know some of the major, you know, people in the band. I know, like, Paul Stanley. I know Gene Simmons. I know, you know, like that. But
you know of them, yes.
No, I mean, I know their names. In other words, I can name them.
Yeah, one year my uncles thought it would be cool to dress me up as Ace Frehley from Kiss just for Halloween and shit. And that's cool and all. Like I said, Kiss is an awesome band. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about his life. I really don't. He's a rich dude. I'm not. I don't care.
But you know what? Speaking of rich, there are some people that are rich and they're snooty. And then there's people like Ace Frehley, who's down to earth, and he'll actually sit down and have a conversation with you. I met him in person, and I was just like shocked. I was like, wow. He's just like, you know, an everyday person. He's not snooty or anything. He sat down, had a whole big conversation with me, and just kept talking and talking. I got a, you know, autograph from him, and I thought that was cool, you know. Some stars won't do that. Some will. It depends.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. You have a very valid point there. There's some stars out there that are just complete idiots.
Yeah, there are. And then, like I said, then there's guys like Ace Frehley, who will sit down and have a full conversation with you.
I feel like I'm hearing a broken record.
Well, I mean, I've never met Paul Stanley or any other Kiss members, but...
Okay, how did you meet one and didn't meet the rest? I'd love to know this one.
Ace went out on his own. So Ace has his own band.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. That makes
Comet.
sense.
That's why. I think that's...
I can't even think of anything funny to say to that besides...
Come on, you gotta have something.
Nah, I don't have anything. I'm drawing a blank.
Good. Leave Ace alone. My buddy Matt loves Ace.
Well, I mean, there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with Kiss. I just don't give a shit about what goes on in their life. Well, then again, I love Hulk Hogan. I think he's a fantastic wrestler, but I don't give a shit about his show.
Well, I watched his show a little bit too, and I don't know. It was a show.
Well, like I said, I mean, you may like it, but that might be a female kind of thing. Or there might be some guys that like it and like, okay, yeah, well, don't disrespect the Hollywood hoaxer. And I'm not disrespecting anyone. I'm just saying I really don't care for the show because it doesn't interest me. When he was a wrestler and he's in the ring or doing announcements, I'm glued to the TV. I'm not kidding. I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Or when he was doing TNA.
Exactly. I'm a huge TNA fan. And I might even start watching Ring of Honor because of AJ Styles. I don't watch WWE anymore, which used to be WWF, though I watched it for years because it's just the same old thing over and over, year after year. It doesn't end. It's just new characters put in the same thing, doing the same drama, doing the same acts. It's just, there's just no creativity
Exciting. There's no excitement to it. Where TNA, it's you never know what's going to happen next.
But some people will say, like, my uncle will say, TNA sucks.
Nah. I didn't like TNA when I first watched it, but then I started getting into it, and boy, I'm really into it. I'm glued to it when it's on.
And they're saying the promo for TNA is just something we like to do. I like to watch wrestling. I like to watch wrestlers beat the crap out of each other and use all kinds of weapons on each other and everything. Because it feels like a street fight to me, and it feels like real, where this whole headlocking and holding each other, like
they're dancing. I mean, come on, are you really going to dance in the middle of the ring? Will you wrestle or are you going to dance?
Well, that's why I really can't stand boxing. I mean, I just can't.
What's next? You can have a makeout session too? I mean, come on, really, get real.
Boxing happens to have a lot of hugging sessions, and I really don't care for it. I mean, yeah, if when the punchers, get to punching and fighting, it's very interesting. But when they're holding each other because they ran out of breath or whatever, I just can't stand it. I just don't care to watch it. But that doesn't, I'm not knocking it. It's some people's cup of tea is not mine. Some people hate wrestling. It's like, okay, yeah, it's choreographed. To me, it's not fake. If you think it is, then yeah, go fuck yourself and everything like that.
No, I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. If somebody wants to believe it's fake, let them believe it. You believe what you want, they believe what they want. But, I mean, who wants to sit there and watch a bunch of big guys hugging each other? I really wonder if they're going to start making out. I'm telling you, it looks like it. Sometimes the way they start, holding and hugging each other.
Wow, that's a little too deep for me, but I was just saying that I don't care for it.
Boxing, no, I know, but I'm just saying, when I watched... I've watched boxing, and that's what it looked like to me. I mean, not that they're really going to, no disrespect to boxing, but that's what I see when I watch the show.
Well, I mean, it's like UFC, entertains most people. I really don't care for it. To me, it looks like Greco-style wrestling.
Exactly. I mean, that's just like backyard wrestling. Well, even there, they don't do that.
It's like, it's interesting in a way, they use different kicks, they beat the crap out of each other, that's wonderful, and it's like, okay, what's going to happen next? No, I don't really give a shit what's going to happen next.
That's what I say to that, because that's how I feel about that kind of stuff. It's not interesting to me.
Well, I believe a lot of people love UFC, and I'm not knocking UFC. They do what they do, they like what they do, but it's just not my cup of tea.
No, me either. It's just not, I'm not saying anything against it, but I'm saying that's just not my style. I'm not into that. Well, that's not my thing. I mean, to me, it's boring, but to somebody else, it's interesting.
To me, being in so many fights in my life and been jumped a lot in my life and everything, the whole thing is, okay, well, you're stuck in a cage. Who the hell is stuck in a cage?
I don't understand that. I mean, but yeah, wrestling, they do a lot of cage matches and stuff. But they make it exciting.
Yeah, in wrestling, they're bashing each other into the cage. They're not,
Or they're climbing up the cage and they're standing up top of the cage and they're jumping down on top of each other. Or they're coming in there with weapons. You'll see chairs, tables, ladders.
I think people know what they see when they see wrestling.
Well, no.
I think most people have seen wrestling match.
Some people haven't. Some people work too much and don't have time to watch it. But I'm saying, that's what excites me to watch it, to see what they're going to come in the ring with. You know, when they're in a caged match. I like to watch them.
What really excites me are truck drivers, believe it or not.
Okay, why is that?
Because a trucker never knows what he's going to encounter on the road. The road is a awesome place to be. At the same time, it's the most dangerous place to be because you never know what idiots you're going to find doing what stupid things, not paying attention, not caring. And I bet you a trucker's life is friggin' interesting.
Probably. I mean, you never know what kind of a danger they're going to encounter either due to, icy roads or, an accident or whatever the case might be.
Now, they may say they have the most boring life and all they do is, drive around and it's not important. But for me, from the outside, I love what truckers do. I love what the excitement it goes on. It's the same thing with bikers. I mean, it's just something I enjoy. It's just something, I could do. Well, not ride a motorcycle. I've been on the back of a motorcycle, but I couldn't see myself riding a motorcycle because I crash.
Yeah. I mean, I've always really actually thought bikers were interesting. I've met some, and stuff, and they are very interesting people.
I met a bunch of bikers. I met a bunch of truckers.
I told you, I went to a party full of bikers, and they were the nicest bunch of guys you ever meet. And like I said, I babysat for a guy who's a trucker, and now his son's a trucker also.
I went to crazy parties with truckers, too, and it's fun.
Yeah. Well, this guy, like I said, he always enjoyed his job. So, I mean, I've never really heard him complain. He always wanted to work whenever he could.
Besides, when I check on, CB radios, they're always funny. They're always coming up with crazy shit that I can't even think of.
Oh, yeah. They're always coming up with something funny.
So, we were actually on Talk Show for a little while. That's another thing. It's kind of like a blog talk and whatnot. The problem was our audience did not want to sign up. I guess they were, not willing to or whatever.
And or just maybe weren't interested or didn't have the money or whatever the case might be.
Well, it's free.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But people that, like to call in the show kind of on Blog Talk don't want to sign up for something in order to call for something because that's kind of ridiculous.
That's true. I mean, you might just want to call in. You don't have to have everybody know your information, It's like, well, what do you got to know? You got to know all my information just for me to be able to call into this show?
Yeah, give me your birth certificate, your social security card, your credit card, your wallet,
I've got to do a credit check on you, too, while you're at it.
Yeah, let's do a background check.
Yep. Do you have a record? Oh, by the way, what's your blood type? What sex are you? Are you male or female? I mean, come on.
I will say some jobs out there are absolutely retarded.
They really are. I mean, some of the things they ask for, it's crazy.
I had this one job I worked for. I'm not going to mention names because it's really not important. The important thing is they wanted to know when my family ain't got no shit to do with me. Most people in this day and age don't even know where their family's at, what they're doing, what their, what
their backgrounds are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what did your family get arrested for? Oh, well, what did your family die of? Like, I'm supposed to know this shit. Like, I'm really that close. No family anymore is close other than very few. And if you're one of the first fortunate ones that, have parties all the time and get together with your family, more power to you. Keep up your good work and do what you do. However, for the rest of us who live in the real world,
it's not that way. I mean, I have a very big extended family on my father's side. But I found out now that I've got cousins and stuff, family members in Italy that I never met. And I'm just like, oh my God, really going to ask me what my cousin in Italy did for a living, what kind of blood type he had, what kind of criminal record? I mean, that's crazy. How am I going to know that? I don't know the guy or the girl.
But exactly, even if I know something, I'm not going to rat on my family, be like, my cousin was known for grand larceny.
Yeah. Or my Uncle Jojo was a sex offender. Or my Uncle Schmo was a counterfeiter or something silly or a bank robber. I mean, really, why would you want to tell people your family business?
Yeah, even if my real father was a bank robber, why would I fucking tell people that he was?
Exactly. It's nobody's business. Who cares what my family did? My family has nothing to do with me doing a job.
Exactly. And it's, they say it's, some things are down from the genes. But, I'm thinking, no, I'm not getting perverted there.
No, he's talking about, like, as far as, like, if illnesses and stuff like that are more for the genes. But just because your great-great-grandfather was a I don't know, stagecoach robber, doesn't mean you're going to be a stagecoach. You're going to rob banks, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If I knew how to rob banks, I wouldn't be a poor-ass motherfucker right now, would I?
No, but you know what I'm saying? Our genes don't determine what kind of person we're going to be. We determine that.
I mean, how would you know if your genes were determined anyway?
Exactly. I mean,
if they were tight, would you call yourself a tightwad? And if you were loose, would you say that you're a black hole? I mean, really?
Or would you say, if you're loose, would you say you're a whore?
Yeah. Is that what they call relaxed fit?
Or a mattress back? Or, I mean, I know quite a few words for that.
What the hell is a mattress back?
A mattress back is somebody that's always laying on their back, screwing all these different, I guess, guys.
Oh, where can I find a mattress back at?
Well, that was a term that was used in high school a lot to certain people, I guess. I used to hear it around school being said, but I never paid attention because it wasn't directed towards me, and I just minded my own business.
What phone was that?
I was just the type of person, I just minded my own business.
All right, now back to the topic at hand, Loco Vision. You want to know what Loco Vision is? I'll tell you what Loco Vision is. Loco Vision is the fact that we're just everyday people doing everyday things with the everyday life, with the everyday job, and we're still making it. We're still surviving. We still matter. We do this show because you matter.
That's right. You matter because we matter because you matter.
Exactly. And the whole thing about it is the big guns and whatnot they're already established. We're not looking for the established. We could have all kinds of guests on our show that are established, and while it would be cool, and while from time to time we will, we'd rather look at the people that are on the lower end. We'd rather, people that, are just coming up and, their life and how it feels to be on the road, how it feels to be ignored and people not giving a shit about them and having to struggle and have to battle to get their own...
Their own what?
Sensibility, their own credibility, their own street life, their own realness, their own, way of life.
Exactly.
We do what we got to do in order to survive. I mean, them ones that are already on the other side, they don't give a shit about us. Let's be honest here. Let's be real for a moment. We have to band together, party together, just rock on together. Because if we don't, they don't give a shit about us.
Exactly, that's true.
They already got their life. They already got their posse. They already got their friends. They already got whatever.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly right.
And, there's a song that, awesome in general.
What song is that?
And the song goes, we started from the bottom, now we're here, which is awesome. But in real life, most people that make it, the people they knew before, they toss to the side. They're like, okay, well, now you're beneath me. Now you're not important because I'm a big shot.
That's terrible. I mean, there is a certain star that does do that, and I think it's terrible when they do that kind of stuff. Somebody, let's say you went to school with. Now, because you're a big star, you're not going to talk to them, or somebody that helped you out at one point or another. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy.
Yeah, I'm just too important for them, even though they were there when I was low. Oh, I'm big now, so fuck you. No. The way I look at it, everybody matters. I mean, everybody you come across in life, in some way, form, or fashion, you were intended to meet them. You were intended to be a part of their life. Even if you met them today and you're going next week, for that time, you were meant to meet them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have met them. You wouldn't have been in the place, and you wouldn't have had the conversations you did with that person you would have with somebody else.
Exactly. I mean, I believe that no matter if, like, let's say tomorrow we made it big and we became these big, rich, successful people. You know, I mean, I wouldn't change. I'd still be the same person. I'd still talk to the same friends. You know, I mean, I've had friends that I've had since, like, junior high. I have a friend that I haven't had since the second grade. I would still talk to them. I don't understand that, how people get rich and say, oh, well, you're beneath me. I ain't got to talk to you, so I'm going to put my nose up at you.
I think they just focus too much on their contracts and what their people say that are, you know, well, you don't want to associate with them. Because if you start associating with them, you'll start thinking like them. And you're way up here and they're down low and they're going to bring you down.
And I tell them to go fuck themselves. Because you know what? My friends are my friends and ain't nothing going to change about that. I will help my friends if I was to go on top that don't have what I have. If I was lucky to have it, you know? Ooh. If I was lucky to have money, I would give to my friends. I would help my friends that needed it. To try to get them up a little bit, you know, a little bit higher than where they were. You know, so they're built. No, I mean, like, as far as, you know, if I have a friend and I know the friend has problems paying bills.
So you'd like to be at the top and help people get up farther than they are.
You're sick, boy. You're a sick, sick boy. I mean, as far as, you know, if you have a friend and you've been friends with this kid since, God knows, you know, whenever, and whether it's been since grammar school, or somebody you met recently or whatever, you'd want to help them, you know. Say, hey, oh, so-and-so. Oh, you need help with your bills? Here's some money.
Well, you can't help everybody out, but the ones that are closest.
I'm talking about the people close to you. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the people closest to you. The people that helped you out, the people that were there for you when you needed them.
And, I mean, there's probably some stars that do that, but they're the ones that get tossed to the side for the other ones. Because in reality, if you don't do what they want, how they want, how they want, basically, you get shit on.
I wouldn't give a shit. I'd still do it. My friends are my friends. I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks.
Yeah, I don't give a freaking. Oh, yeah, we can't make iHeartRadio, so it don't matter.
I don't care. I'm not worried about it. No offense, iHeartRadio, but we've already said the F-bomb a couple times because he forgot to tell me.
I'm not worried about it. F-bomb, U-bomb, A-bomb, everybody bombs. Somebody's got a bomb at some point. If nobody took a shit at all, we'd have some fucking really freaking stomach-infested people.
Oh, God. Yeah, we'd have some backed up people.
Yeah, talk about backed up.
Oh,
They'd
my
be
God.
way back. They'd be in so much pain that their fucking shit would be hurting.
The hospital would be overcrowded with people going in for enemas and all kinds of other nasty crap.
Talk about constipated.
Oh, God.
But we just want to ring out the new year and let you know that we are here on Spreaker.
Yes, we are.
And are you on the board with Loco Vision? You know, a different kind of eyes, a different kind of mindset. A mindset that means, okay, it's all right to be an asshole as long as you still care.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right to, you know, at one end, you know, tolerate shit, but on the other hand, not get walked on like a fucking board.
Exactly. I mean, nobody wants to be walked on, you know? It's just not something you want.
So if anybody has their own business or, you know, needs advertisement in any way, shape, or form, we're here every freaking day during the week. On the weekends, we got to take a break unless we have, like, an interview. But during the week, we are here every freaking day, every night. So we can advertise for you, tell you, you know, tell the world who you are and shit.
Exactly.
And believe it or not, we will grow. People will listen to us. People will stay in tune because we're just fucking out of our minds.
We're too loco.
Radio.
Yes, we are.
You know, we matter because you matter, and we just do what we do so you can have somebody who actually gives a shit about you and not just says they give a shit, but actually truly does.
And actually does believe in you and believe in what you do.
Yeah, it's all about the belief. It's all about, you know, networking. If you don't network with anybody and you don't work out deals with people, then you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be at the same fucking couch that you were sitting on before on your pity pot, playing like a fucking rocking chair, actually worrying like a rocking chair, which really it will keep you moving, but it won't get you anywhere.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. Like, people like Lizard Lick, where would they be today if Ronnie just sat on his butt all day and said, gee, I'd like to start a garage, but I got this over here to do, and I got that over there to do.
Yeah, you had to take a chance.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
If you don't take a chance.
Exactly, and look at them now. I mean, they're doing absolutely, obviously fantastic. Yes, I love the show Lizard Lick.
But I know people that have, like, real people that started, like, from the bottom and now, like, running businesses and shit and doing what they got to do. I got a friend of mine, he don't even, you know, have, like, the normal documentation that you need, and he's a manager.
Exactly.
So, it is what it is. I mean, you make the most out of your life. If you wait on the lottery or wait on some kind of gamble, forget about it. It's not going to happen. You're wasting your time.
You're going to sit there at the bottom still. Yes, and this person's a very wonderful worker, as a matter of fact.
Well, I know a lot of people that are great workers, but the fact of the matter is they're lazy. And when you're lazy and you don't want to do shit and you don't want to, you're not going nowhere. You can't depend on other people. When you depend on other people, you're just wasting your fucking time.
Exactly, because you're going to be sitting in that same spot. I mean, you know, you're not going anywhere if you're going to just sit there and depend on everybody else to take care of you.
Yeah, you're just going to be digging yourself a hole just to get out, just to dig yourself a hole. It's going to be like a fucking merry-go-round. All you're doing is going around in a fucking circle.
And you're digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into that hole.
Yeah, deeper and deeper. It sounds like a fucking circle jerk to me. So, all right. So we got to move on over to Blog Talk Radio. If you are currently listening, you're welcome to join us over at Blog Talk Radio 2 Local Radio 2. I think that's, the calling. You can find us. We're there. And you can come on, talk your shit or whatever. We've had some crazy motherfuckers talk, and as long as you're not talking about, like, child pornography and shit, we're cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
But here we are. This is our introduction. So we are 2 Local Radio. We basically said jack shit for an hour, but there might be a little point here and there that you might like.
Hey, you know what? We say stuff that might not matter to some people, but to other people it matters. Is that how it goes?
Well, we are the show that means absolutely nothing to some people and absolutely everything to everybody else.
See? I mean, I just couldn't get that down. I tried, but...
That's just a tagline. I just thought of it one day and, like, sticking with it. I'm like, yeah, I'm smart.
I like it. I think it fits us, you know?
Yeah, which is a crazy station, and we'll be on every night, say around the same time, probably 11. So check us out on Spreaker at 11, Blog Talk at 12. We like doing what we do. We like switching shows. In February or March, we're going to be on an even bigger show because we are going to sacrifice and eat ramen noodle soup if it takes. In
that's
order
what it takes to get us where we got to go. Yes,
gotta go where we got to go. So anyway, this is 2 Local Radio. I am Ray Ray.
And I'm Chrissy D.
Join us on Blog Talk Radio in about 5 minutes, or if you miss us today, do it tomorrow. Join us here and then there, or neither, whatever your choice. Bye.
God bless.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Peace.